Welcome to Pulse on Productivity, the go-to podcast where we dive deep into the world of CRM solutions, business automation, and the secrets behind operational excellence. We'll explore innovative strategies and share expert insights to help you streamline your processes, enhance productivity, and ultimately transform your business results. Whether you're looking to optimize your CRM system, integrate powerful automations, or just get a little more organized, you're in the right place. Let's unlock the potential of technology to make your business not just function, but thrive. Now, here's your host, Carol Den Hartog, coming to you from Amazing Business Results.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Pulse on Productivity. I'm excited to be here with you today. We have Lior Isaac. He is the owner and CEO of Amazing Business Results. And today we're going to be talking about creator applications. Welcome, Lior.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. So we're talking about creator inside of Zoho today. So I think the most popular question that I've been seeing is, why are there mixed reviews on creator? So some people say that it's amazing and some people say it's absolute garbage. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, you're diving into the most difficult one to start with. Okay. It's going to be a rough start. Okay. So like any other tool, Zoho Creator is just a tool. You will have some developers that will not have business experience. They will receive the business requirements from their customers, and they will try to implement it in the mindset of a developer. That's problem number one. In most cases, if you will have a developer trying to understand the complex business case, it will never work because the developer was never suffering from those problems that the business owner is suffering from. So this is number one. Number two, there are limitations to every tool out there. Zoho Creator, Salesforce, HubSpot, every tool will have limitations. If the developer is not experienced enough and they don't know the limitations of the tool, they will plan something that cannot take place. As an example, you will have some limitation in Zoho Creator in the amount of records that the tool can process. So if you will come to me with 100,000 records that needs to be processed in one shot, I will create you the best solution ever that will never, ever be live because the tool cannot do that. So I think between the business side and the limitations, this is where people will fail. But Zoho Creator is a fantastic tool.
So you're saying that essentially you need two people working on the application for you. You need someone that's going to take those business requirements and tell you how it fits into Creator, and then you need someone to actually implement those, right?
100%. It's a different brain. It's like having a developer and a graphic designer in the same brain.
Right.
That will never work.
Okay.
Business, you need to have someone that is in the business world that also understand the technology side. And then eventually at some point, they will mix also a team lead or someone super knowledgeable that can sign off that, yep, all this plan can work.
So let's talk about the capabilities of Creator. What is it about Creator that will help your business so much? What is it about this application?
There is something in technology that it's a big problem for most businesses, and that's the hardware side, the servers. So if, for example, right now I will have a server, and this server is supposed to have 100 people using it, that's not such a big problem. But when I will have thousands of people on it, I will need to scale up to multiple servers, and I will need to have lots of infrastructure to support the load. Whenever you're using Zoho Creator, they take care of all this infrastructure for you. Security, huge problem these days. Businesses being hacked on a daily basis. Zoho will have tons of security experience and tons of certifications PCI compliance, HIPAA, and so on. They have lots and lots of different certification as a company. And every application, such as Zoho Creator, will have its own security and compliance certifications. Okay, if you want to check it out, you can go to zoho.com/security.html, and you can see the different certifications that they have. If I am, as an individual, wants to have a secure environment, that will probably be super expensive and I will not be able to accommodate it. As an example, right now as a company, an amazing business result, we worked over a year to have PCI compliance, so we can receive credit cards on our website and store it in the database. That's over a year of expenses, of manpower, and also people that's working on the server side. Super expensive. With Zoho Creator, you have the different type of security in place immediately.
Gotcha. So you can basically build anything that you want without having to worry about all the nuances.
I don't know if it's anything that I want, but if it's in the limitations and in the capabilities of the software, then that will be secure, and you can achieve a pretty good result with Zoho Creator. The second thing that I can tell you about Zoho Creator, it's a low-code environment, which means you don't need to be a developer to achieve about probably 80% of what you need. So if you are on low budget, you can just use the low code, which all of it will be drag and drop, or configuring some basic workflows and automations that you can probably learn them in few days. And then the other 20%, you can use someone else, such as a developer, to complete the rest of the application for you.
Okay. Do you have any examples of the type of applications that you have seen people build?
Many. We build lots of creator applications over the years. I would separate them to two. So Zoho is a company, they will have over 55 business applications. Zoho CRM will be one of them, probably the main one. Sometimes we will have customers that will come with business requirements that we cannot accommodate only with Zoho CRM. And in that case, we are going to have a small component of Zoho Creator inside Zoho CRM. So the user that is using Zoho CRM will not even know that they are using a Zoho Creator application, because it's just part of the system itself. So this will be one usage. A second usage will be a full application. As an example, we have an insurance company that we work with, and they will have a super complicated intake process that they will need to ask many questions. They will need to take a picture of the driving license that will automatically transfer the information into the system. It will parse the information, basically will get the driving license, the address, and so on. There are lots of usages, lots of brain in this form. Eventually, the form will be pushed to Zoho CRM. So this is a mobile application that the agents on site that are going to different businesses, they can take pictures with their iPad or their phone. They can take pictures of the driving license, collect the information based on the customer questions and answers. Different questions will populate. So there is some brain behind it. And then eventually all that will be pushed to the CRM for further processing. That will be a totally standalone application.
Right. And does Zoho Creator integrate with the other Zoho applications then, other than CRM?
Yes, so most of the Zoho applications will have some kind of integration, but the majority of the cases, you will have some kind of an API. Just think about it as a bridge. There will be a bridge between Creator to other applications, super common, and we do it all day long.
All right. So the big question I think everyone is thinking is this an expensive solution?
The license itself is not expensive. So the license itself will cost you, if you have, let's say, Zoho One, it's $37 a month. I don't remember exactly how much is Zoho Creator, but it's less than that. It's not really expensive. So that's really inexpensive. Building it will cost some money. So you will need to have someone to build it for you. In most cases, whenever you are building the Zoho Creator, you will need to have an architect to work with you for a few sessions. Then you have the developers that also will be some money. I don't know, depending on the needs. Most applications will end up around $10,000, $15,000. So that's a significant amount of money. Except that whenever you go live, you will need to have probably some small changes. Because whenever I am going to create you an application that is all based on your ideas and the system limitations and so on, whenever you will receive it for the first time, you will want to have small changes. It's always taking place. So you need to reserve another few $1,000s for that as well. So if I just need to give you an answer, yeah, it's inexpensive, few dollars, you're good to go. But it's BS. It's not real.
Right.
Not for a real good solution anyway.
Okay. Well, we like honest answers, so that's good.
Yep, that's the only way to go.
So what's the best way to ensure a successful adoption and user engagement with Zoho Creator when it comes to my team?
It's a good question. So step number one, before the application is being built, you're supposed to have a training scenario in place. So let's assume that right now you will have a team of 10 people. If those 10 people will receive one day an application to start using with it, are they going to be happy that you're dropping on them the application? So right now, you think about yourself as an employee. You have your own way that you're working with things.
Right.
Then you have this company meeting. And then your boss or manager comes and says, Carol, from today on, you're not going to do things the way that you did. I planned for you a different way to do things. What's your first reaction?
I would say, well, if what I'm doing is working, why are we changing it?
Okay. So that's most people. Most people don't like changes as people. And they're doing things in their own way and also in their own minds. What they're doing works, even though management will see it as inefficient and things can be changed and be done in a better way. So that's problem number one. The way that the way that we like to work with this most of the time will be that we will request the business owner to have the different team members join the sessions. So they will be part of it. Because whenever they are part of it, they cannot really reject something that they were part of the delivery process. They were part of it. We're asking them questions. They are participating. And whenever this application is live, there is less rejection. And this is super critical for the training. If I will try to train you on something that I just dropped on you, there is an immediate reaction of rejection. And people usually talk to each other and they start, you know what, they just dropped on us a new application, we're already drowning in work, blah, 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 blah. It's all good. But when they are part of it, there will be some people that will complain because there are complainers in every organization. But also there will be the adapters, the people that will jump in and try to learn it. Then if we go to the last part, this is the training. That means that the application was developed, it was delivered, and now there is the training part. The trainer needs to be intelligent enough to understand which people are the adapters, the people that knows a lot and they want to run fast, and which ones are the slow ones. The group need to be separated in most cases to two, so the adapters can be fed really fast and they eventually can help the slow people, and the slow people will have a completely different pace they will run slow. They will need to show that they know what they're doing. So it's not only education, like an entertainment session. It's more of, you need to do it as well. This is how you create a lead. Now you do it. This is how you merge a contact. Now you do it. Show me how you do it. So people need to be hands-on and practice. That's what, anyway, this is our experience as a company, which was proven to be super successful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the training piece of it is critical. I know that's something that maybe a lot of companies aren't doing right now. They hand you over the application and wish you luck with it. And that's a critical part of the process as far as adaption goes, are having those sessions.
Yep, 100%. You know, it's like I always see it as an old guy driving a Ferrari. You know, so he's driving, 60 when the machine needs to be on 300.
Right.
And that's the problem. You're getting a fantastic, beautiful application that can save you tons of money on automations, reducing errors, and so on. And you have a team that don't have a clue on how to use it.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes to these low code or no code spaces like Zoho Creator, do you feel like that's going to kind of take over, or do you think we're always going to need coding like we have been doing in Zoho?
I think the world is completely changing right now. AI is taking over.
Right.
I don't think that in the next few years we'll have too much of anything. I do think that Zoho Creator will stay same as other programming languages. I just think that you will have less and less developers. It will be, the same developer that was creating an application in 20 hours can do it probably not now, but in the future, will be able to do it about 2 hours or 3 hours because the code already exists. Just utilize it. So that's where I think there will be a shift, but not in the application itself.
Do you feel like there are any misconceptions about the low code platforms that people are using, like Zoho Creator in the business world? Do you feel like that people are hesitant to use things like this?
No, I do see actually the problem on the other side. I think people using it too much. So we will have people coming to our company, which in our company, we provide the Zoho services. And you will have people that created a huge application, spend, $30,000, $40,000 into creating an application in Zoho Creator when whatever they already tried to create already exists. As an example, we had a client last week spent over $60,000 in a year and a half of effort, which lots of resources were devoted to it. They created a customer service portal. Now, why the hell would you do that when you have Zoho Desk as a solution?
Right.
They just didn't know about it. They knew Zoho CRM. They tried on Zoho CRM to have a customer service portal. It didn't work well, obviously. And then they went to the developer. The developer told them, you need a new application. That's Zoho Creator. Started with $3,000, bang, 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 more, salami attack. And then slowly you're getting all the slices, and now you eat the entire salami. $60,000 in. They don't have what they need. They came back to us to fire the other developer, so to pay us more money so we can complete the Zoho Creator application. The first question was, why? Why do you want to spend more money on something that doesn't work?
Right.
And then we showed them, we gave them a demo. You've been part of it, right? So we gave them a demo of Zoho Desk. And obviously, the CEO, as you saw, was not that happy with what happened there.
Right. This kind of goes back to what we were talking about in the beginning, too, about having someone that knows the business side and knows the capabilities of Zoho so that they can suggest the correct features. So it's not just about architecting the solution, it's about knowing if that solution's already inside of Zoho so that you can utilize it without building it from the ground up.
Yep, and we see it all the time. We had the customer that they try to create an affiliate software in the Zoho Creator. Not 60, but it was almost $30,000, a year of work. And eventually, we just told them, use Zoho Thrive.
Right.
That's it. It's a $20 or $30 a month. You get the solution. It's a fantastic software. And again, when we usually we provide those solutions, you see the other side, the CEO or COO or the person that we are talking to, they are super unhappy with their team because they just burn them. And again, sometimes the money is not a big problem. Sometimes the money is the smallest problem. The time to go to market, this is where you're losing the opportunity. This is where you're losing momentum. This is where you're losing the real money. The development money is not really the big one.
All right. And so for the last question I have for you, what was your latest Zoho Creator implementation? What did that look like?
So we have a company that is in the home services industry. They have a very unique process. So they will have about 60 employees in-house, but they will work with few hundred vendors across the United States. Every time that they will have a job, they will put the job into Zoho CRM. Zoho CRM will distribute it using Zoho Creator through a portal to all the vendors that are answering the need. For example, let's say doing windows and doors, for example, because they are servicing many different services. Those vendors will receive it. The ones that we like to bid can bid using the system. Back in Zoho CRM, so Zoho Creator will push it again to Zoho CRM. In Zoho CRM, they can see the different bids that were received from the different vendors. They can select the one, and then the vendor is going to do the job. Every time that the vendor is on site, they need to fill a form that will show what was done using pictures, some text that they need to feed, and eventually all that is again coming back to CRM, and whenever the job is done, they can continue with the invoicing process, both to the customer and also pay the vendor for the job. And all that is integrated with Zoho Books for the invoicing and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the latest. It's a very nice system. The solution that they got from a different Zoho developer that is not a Zoho partner and is not aware of the licensing software, they wanted them to have all the vendors on Zoho One, which means instead of paying peanuts for a license, which is a very small amount, they would need to pay $37 a month per vendor. And when you're talking about hundreds of vendors, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars in licenses.
Right.
Every year goes to the garbage because they don't really need it. So we save them lots of money, and also in terms of the implementation, their vendors actually liking working with the portal because it's a one place that they can track everything that happened with this company.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a very good implementation. That was the latest one.
That's cool. Okay, well, that's all the time we have for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you on the next episode of Pulse on Productivity.
Thank you for having me, Carol.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Pulse on Productivity. We hope you found the insights and strategies shared today enlightening and actionable. At Amazing Business Results, we're dedicated to helping you leverage the power of CRM and automation to drive your business forward. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform to stay updated with the latest in business efficiency and tech solutions. We love to hear from our listeners, so please leave us a review or reach out with any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes. And remember, efficiency is not just about doing more, it's about achieving more.